right now, the most interesting thing happening is Bitcoin. It's probably the most interesting intellectual development on the internet in the last 5 years. A lot of people will have heard about Bitcoin but not really understand it. So you think, okay, it's some online currency. What's the big deal? There's, you can have a PayPal account. That's kind of like an online currency, or even your Visa card. Well, actually, all the processing occurs online. Isn't that really like an online currency? Or you can buy gold. That's kind of like an online currency. But Bitcoin is different because it is a currency that cryptographically backed, multi-jurisdictional, which means that it's very hard for any one power group in any particular jurisdiction to start turning it into a rent-seeking apparatus. The underlying technology of Bitcoin is cryptography on the one hand, and the ability for cryptography to create situations that can defend itself or the people who use it against even the full might of a superpower. A full might of a superpower doesn't help you smash a mass problem. A mass problem is a mass problem, and it's something that is connected to the existence of intelligence in the universe or basic physics. It's not something you can get at simply through overwhelming coercive power or lots of people. And the other underlying basic technology is proof of publication at a particular time. And we've never really had that. In the digital world, we can delete history extremely easily, and history, even without an attempt to delete it, starts disappearing as a result of startup companies going under or particular bits of history not becoming profitable anymore. And that notion of being able to disappear history entered into Orwell's writing, and you can look at what is, I think, his most substantive intellectual comment, which is he who controls the present controls the past, he who controls the past controls the future. And it's this notion that the past, as an archive, as a history of our civilization, as a history of development, is in fact present right now in something physically contained in the library, in computer servers, in human beings' heads. That history doesn't exist except remnants that exist in the present. And so if you can get at these remnants, you can make particular inconvenient parts of history disappear and amplify others. Yes. Bitcoin, in its underlying technology, breaks Orwell's dictum. It breaks Orwell's dictum by providing proof of publishing at a certain time. And that is the intellectual underpinning of that whole system and can be used for lots and lots of other things. And so that's the big expansion we're about to see in Bitcoin. All derives from this basic premise that you can prove that a particular statement, a particular consensus, a particular contract happened at a particular time globally, and it requires the subversion of every single jurisdiction where people are running Bitcoin to overturn that. Because the goal is not to completely subjugate Afghanistan. The goal is to use Afghanistan to wash money out of the tax bases of the United States.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. This is Kong Tech Fu. This is the DeFi Crypto Master coming at you once again, giving you the alpha that you need so that you can continue to be a DeFi Crypto Master, just like me. So we're here to learn, ladies and gentlemen, about some things that can help you catapult yourself into financial freedom. And first and foremost, we have some amazing news, as you can see in the intro here, that Julian Assange is indeed free, ladies and gentlemen, after all this time. And I first learned about this from Glenn Greenwald, who was the journalist that was actually responsible for introducing all of us to Edward Snowden. So, so this is great. And as you can see, he also, he had some things to say there about cryptocurrency and or Bitcoin. And if you're here, you should know that the only actual cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. That's the only actual thing that you can say technically is cryptocurrency. Everything else is an altcoin, ALT, altcoin. Alternative to what? Alternative to Bitcoin, obviously. So, he's sitting here talking about the freedom. And one thing that I found that he said in that little excerpt there is that cryptocurrency and or Bitcoin breaks Orwell's dictum. If you know anything about 1984 and George Orwell's material, then you understand that completely. But to put it simply, for those of you who are not familiar with the information, basically it breaks the spell of the enslavement of humanity when it comes to financial things, ladies and gentlemen. So, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. And we are here and we've got a little bit of a show here for you today. And we've got a couple of things that we definitely want to share with you. And we're going to go through a couple of ROI dApps and we're going to go over a little bit of material. So, we're going to take about 10 to 15 minutes of your time. So, for you guys to get a little more education here, because the more you learn, the more you can earn. I had my student tell me about, a lot of people are asking him about what he's doing in cryptocurrency. And the thing is that, when it comes to any endeavor, you know, those group of people speak a certain language. And if you don't speak the language, then nothing I say to you is going to make sense unless you learn the terminology and if you learn to speak the language of that particular things. So, as it goes with crypto. So we have Metal Core here, which is a Web3 game, ladies and gentlemen, that is in the beta right now. And you can actually go here and you can put in your email address and you can go over to Discord, I believe, and you can actually get early access to this. So I thought this was something pretty neat. I wasn't even planning to cover anything like this today, but I thought this was something that was pretty neat, ladies and gentlemen, and something that you might. Well, I'm going to go ahead and bookmark that because it's very interesting. So I already put my email address in, and I will continue to keep close tabs on this. And they will be coming out with their own coin and this, that, and the other. So I'm not quite sure if this is it's most likely a play to earn game. I mean, obviously, if they have a coin and all. So we're going to keep our eyes on this, and we're going to continue to get along with it. Now we're going to look at some ROI dApps, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we have Baked Beans here. And Baked Beans is continuing to do its things. And to be completely honest, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't been, how should I say, overwhelmed. I've actually been underwhelmed at the performance for whatever reason, because I put a rather sizable money amount for me, and I compounded for a couple of weeks, and I just wasn't getting the expectations that I had for this, being that it was actually more powerful than the other miner that I am, which is the BNB miner that we're going to go to next. But if we were to go here, let me just see if I can jump up in here real quick. Okay, we're already here. Let's just refresh the page real quick. And I just want to show you something because they actually came out. They do actually have some big aspirations here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, they're releasing, they've got their own merch, as I showed you before. They've launched their own token, Baked token. And as a matter of fact, let's just go over here very quickly to CoinGecko. And you can see right here, the token on CoinGecko, Baked Beans Reloaded. That's what it is. And this is where you want to go to make sure you don't get fish hacked or scammed to get the correct contract address, ladies and gentlemen. So you just scroll on down here, and right now you can see that it's 1 cent. And at the current time, it's down 11.8%. And you can scroll on down here, and it is, as you can see, on the Binance Smart Chain, ladies and gentlemen. You can come here and you can copy this address here and put it in your wallet yourself. Or if you're connected to your MetaMask, you can simply click this and your wallet will pop up if you're connected to this web page, and it'll put it in there for you to make sure that you get the proper token. And then, of course, you can go over to where the coin is being sold with places like Pancake Swap, and you can acquire some by swapping your BNB into the token if you so chose to do that. And yeah, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to the web page here. And if we were to refresh, we should be able to connect with no problems. I notice sometimes it's a little glitchy. And yeah, so you can see here now that I have a rather sizable amount of beans there. And but my returns are nothing to write home about. You know, I mean, when I first got in here, I was making like $100 a day, and for some reason, it's not performing as well as I would like to. You know, so being that they have a lot of things on the roadmap, I'm just going to continue to go on with this thing. I mean, it's not like I have a choice, right? So I'm just going to continue to compound, and I might have taken profit out of here maybe twice out of the entire time I've been in here. And I've been in here, I got into baked beans maybe a week or two after it launched. I didn't come in here directly because I was kind of hesitant about it, but I says, well, I was in the first one and the second one, so I may as well go into this one. And they made a lot of modifications. So yeah, they have a roadmap going. They've got some other things going here. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this by going to the top of the page. And you see over here, you have this magic. I can barely make that out. Magic BE or whatever that is. You got the buyback over here for, and that's for the excuse me, buy bait. That's the coin I just showed you. Of course, you got your frequently asked questions, and you got your merch shop here where you can buy your baked beans socks, your baked beans pillows, your baked beans coffee cup or whatever. But let's take a quick look at this top one before we go. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this, ladies and gentlemen. But if you go here to Magic Beans, this is the casino app that they are bringing into fruition here. I don't know a whole lot about it. I saw Crypto Mischief Richie talking about this, and he actually did a deep dive. So you can head on over to Crypto Mischief's channel. He just did the video today, so I got a chance to take a look at this. But what you can do is you can come over here, and this is obviously a casino, and they've got some games here. They've got dice, they got flip, they got moonshot, plinko, poker, roulette, and it looks like they've got some more stuff going on over here. If we were to scroll, yeah, dice, flip. Well, I guess it just keeps going round and round there. But if you go down, you see you got live bets, and you got all of this stuff going on here. Over here on the little menu on the side here, you got a flip here where you can do the coin flip, you can do dice, you can go back here to home, and you can go down here and you can read the documents to find out how you can get into this. You know, so I don't quite know if the baked coin is going to come into play here. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and research that, and I will keep you guys posted. Moving on to the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just get out of there. Moving on to the next one, we've got the OG legacy miner here. Okay, we got the BNB MINERX that has been flawlessly running for 1,191 days. So it's pretty much something that you can depend on, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm actually doing much better over here with my BNB miner. And no worries, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get into baked beans, because baked beans does show a lot of promise, the way they are innovating, the way they are building. I mean, they got their own merch store, they got their own token, they've got their own casino, you know, digital online casino. So obviously, these are, you know, the baked beans crew. They are obviously a bunch of guys that want a future. And the dev, you know, he seems to be on the up and up, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reinvest my time into baked beans and see if I can get that thing cranking the way it's supposed to be cranking. But over here on BNB Miner, this thing is cranking just fine, ladies and gentlemen. And if I were you, I would use my referral link down in the description below and get into this thing. You know, you got a little video here where you can watch about it. But this one here has definitely stood the test of the time. And it's only had one iteration. It started 1,191 days ago, and it just kept going and going like the Energizer Bunny. It just kept going and going. You know, baked beans, they're in their third iteration. I'm just saying. So, yeah, this is a great one to get into, and it's kind of something that you can rely on, ladies and gentlemen. So, like I said, have no fear. The DeFi Crypto Master is here. You can go down into the More tab below the video on YouTube where it says More. You click on More. When the menu drops down, you will see all of the links for everything that I'm discussing in this video. Now, we're going to go here to Basestake, ladies and gentlemen. I am so happy to see Basestake here today, ladies and gentlemen. We went through the contract. We looked at the audit. Some of the guys like Richie of Crypto Mischief. As you can see, I follow Richie into a whole bunch of stuff. But I went into this thing, and if you guys looked at my last video, you know what went down with that. That was the day before yesterday. But yesterday, I tried to come in here and take a look at it, and I kept getting request timeout, request timeout, request timeout. I'm like, wow, the thing's only been in existence for less than 72 hours. Did it rug already? And I says, well, I didn't even think that a rug was possible because, we know that the treasury had been relinquished because we looked at the contract and everything seemed like it had all green lights, just like I said. So I'm like, why am I getting this request timeout? So yeah, so I got a request timeout, but at least it did not say page not found. See, if it says page not found, then you know it's rug and you'll never see it again. But the reason why it said request timeout is because they were doing modifications on the website, ladies and gentlemen. If you look at the TVL or the total value locked, there's some of that crypto talk. If you look at the TVL or the total value locked over here, it said previously 7 point something something, okay? And now it says 11.2, ladies and gentlemen. So it's just shy of almost doubling the total value lock, which means people are coming into here and people like what they see because these APRs are something noteworthy. And not only that, but they actually changed the APRs, which are much higher than they were before they did the modification. So of course, for those of you that are not aware, let's just quickly go over this. You got plan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3 belongs to the first category where you can withdraw your money anytime. And the plan 1 is 14 days. Plan 2 is 21 days, and plan 3 is 28 days. But mind you, like I said, you can withdraw your money at any time. If you wake up, if you get into the 21 day and you wake up on the 16th day at 4 o'clock in the morning, you had a nightmare that you was gonna lose your money, and you wake up with cold feet and biting your fingernails, and you just gotta have your money, then you can come in here and take it, ladies and gentlemen. However, if you are willing to risk it for the biscuit, ladies and gentlemen, you can come down here to plan 4, 5, and 6. Now, this is where I am, okay? And the daily profit is 10.7%. And this has jumped up to a total return of 315%, ladies and gentlemen. And then you see plan 5 is even better, total return of 534%. And plan 6 is even better. Now you can actually go in here and you can actually type in what you want to put in. Let's say you want to put in a full ETH, ladies and gentlemen, into plan 6. If this ROI DAP, now mind you, I'm going to tell you the 100% honest truth, ladies and gentlemen. This is a first come, first serve basis. This does run on Posinomics. The new money will feed the old money. So what's the trick? The trick is to be old money. All right? So the people that come in behind you will be the ones that are feeding you. It's kind of like musical chairs. When the music stops, just make sure you got a chair. All right? So, but if you're really scared, you could just come up to plans 1, 2, and 3. And how you monitor this, ladies and gentlemen, being that the treasury has been relinquished and we know the developers can't run off into the hills with our money, we know that the money is safe as long as the money is present. That's why the TVL, the total value lock here, is what you want to monitor, ladies and gentlemen. And we seem to have almost double of what we had before. So you might want to come here and risk it for the biscuit, ladies and gentlemen, and come down here, because look at this. Like I said, if you put in one full ETH here, which is about $3,500 right now, but at the end of 21 days, if it survives that long, you will get 6 point almost, you can actually round that off to 7 ETH, ladies and gentlemen. 7 ETH. So basically, you just took your 1 and you turned it into 7. You took your 1 Ethereum at about $3,500 or whatever it is. Let me take a quick look on the phone just so I can tell you exactly what it is. I happen to be in CoinGecko over here already. But ETH right now is $3,387. So if we were to times that over here, let's just go to let's just do $3,387 times, yeah, you're looking at about, matter of fact, we don't even have to do that. Let's get the exact from CoinGecko itself. I'm in here in CoinGecko, so let me see what we got here. Let's just go 6.981. And that, my friends, is, wait a minute, I got one digit in here too many. 6.981. Yep. That's $23,645, ladies and gentlemen. If that was to pan out. Now, if you could, you could take a look up top and you see that the APRs are much lower because the top row is for the people that want to be safe. Okay. But if you're willing to risk it for the biscuit, and that's what I did, ladies and gentlemen, I came over here to plan 4, and I put my little $200 in here, and that equates to 0.6. So 0.06. That means I'll get back in ETH 0.189. Now, what is that? 0.189. That's going to be $640 of today's acting truth. And that's one thing that you have to learn about in cryptocurrency. In cryptocurrency, everything is about the acting truth of the moment when it comes to coins that are going up and down in value. Just like Ethereum right now is worth $3,387 right now. Tomorrow, it could be $4,200. We don't know. This is why we watch the charts, and this is what we have. This is why we do what we have to do, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to leave my referral link down in the description below, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, if you want to be safe, just go up top, put whatever you can muster in here, and always follow the principles that we live by, okay? And one of the most important principles in cryptocurrency is do not invest more than you can afford to lose, ladies and gentlemen, because this is an incremental thing. The joy is in the journey. If you can only put $20 in, put $20 in. Well, I think the minimum for this one is $34, but you know what I mean. Whatever you can put in, put it in. Do not, I repeat, do not put your rent or your food money or your basic bill money into crypto, no matter how great it looks, no matter how aesthetically pleasing the graphics are. Okay? So whatever you have left over to invest in yourself, to invest in building your foundation, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you put into crypto, ladies and gentlemen, because the principles protect us from our emotions, and it protects us from doing something, not wise. Okay? So those are the ROI dApps that we're looking at. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we have our ever faithful Pepe coin here. And Pepe coin is not only, and we're talking about the real Pepe coin here, ladies and gentlemen. We're not talking about the fake one. We're talking about the original OG Pepe coin. But these guys, they didn't just create a meme coin. These guys actually had developer skills, and they brought those developer skills to the table and brought us a highly sophisticated AI platform that is attached to Pepe Coin. So you see, they didn't make something separate from Pepe. They didn't leave their Pepe holders behind. They brought them into the AI project that is known as Based AI, ladies and gentlemen, which has its own separate token. And you can find this in CoinGecko also. Now you can come on over here. You can see it's a layer 1 network for ZK LLMs and smart contracts. LLM stands for large language models, ladies and gentlemen. And that's when you get into the really high tech aspect of AI, true AI, not just using it as a buzzword, where you are in the realm of things like BitTensor with their subnets and all of that. And this actually has one up on something like BitTensor because this has FHE, which stands for fully homomorphic encryption. And basically, people are saying, well, what's that? And basically, all that means is the machines that send the information are able to verify the information while remaining encrypted, so no one ever gets to see that secret information, whether it's medical documents, whether it's military documents, or whether it's something, personal or private of yours. Okay, that's what that is developing, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what that is, So you can come on over to Pepe Coin. Now, there's no referral links for Pepe Coin. It's just simply, if we go back here, as you can see, it's simply pepecoin.io, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we go, ladies and gentlemen, I always tell you guys about Kinesis Money, which is tokenized gold and silver. The referral link for that will be down below. I've been in Kinesis for well over a year. And not only is it tokenized gold and silver that you can spend across different blockchains and which will spend anywhere in the world, but you also have a full-fledged DEX where you can bring crypto in, whether it's XDC, Stellar Lumens, XRP, or what have you, and you can actually swap that out for tokenized gold and silver, and it is completely redeemable because the end game for all of this stuff happening is everything will be tokenized. This is why cryptocurrency is also known as the Internet of Value. Everything will be tokenized. Your car will be tokenized. The deed to your house will be an NFT, and so on and so forth. You can go over to Masterworks and you can invest in priceless paintings and buy fractional shares of that, the same way you buy fractional shares of Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. So these are the things that are happening, and these are the things that you need to be inspired about. And we're going to go through one last thing, ladies and gentlemen, that you should know about, because the theme of my show is things you should know. And you should know because these are the things that are going to allow you to take control of your own financial independence, ladies and gentlemen. Because the one thing I'm trying to show you guys is overall how to move your wealth, whatever it is, if it's $5, if it's $500, if it's $5 million, to move your wealth outside of the system and under your control with complete self autonomy, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And with blockchain, we know blockchain cannot be redacted, it cannot be deleted, and nobody can take it away from you if you do it properly. Okay. And I said that for a reason, because if you are believing the people that don't want you to have anything, they will lure you into walled gardens that they control, take power of attorney away from you because you gave them your self custody, and now you are at their beck and call, instead of you being having the rights to your own money. This is why you have to have a wallet. This is why you have to have self custody. And this is why because anytime these banksters and these governments, anytime they have the ability to put you in a compromised situation to get you under control, they will do so. You see how anybody they have a disagreement with, they want to issue financial sanctions on them. They do it to countries, they do it to people. Okay. We know that the banks are going down. And when the banks go down, if it happens to be your bank, and it probably will be because there's a whole lot of banks that they got plans of going down, they will take your capital with them as it constantly debases, ladies and gentlemen, because the dollar is losing its purchasing power all the time. And we just recently lost the petrodollar, ladies and gentlemen. And because of the BRICS, the BRICS companies and that whole mentality, nobody wants to use the monopoly money of the United States government anyway, because everybody knows that it's not worth anything. All right. So enter EMP Fusion, ladies and gentlemen. EMP Fusion, like I said, if you invest in teams and not protocols, then you will definitely win more than you lose. We've got the great AJ and the EMP team. We know the people that have been in crypto for a minute. Remember the original EMP money platform, which was a tomb fork? And if you don't understand that terminology, no worries, just hang around. And the things that you don't understand, you will start to understand. But that whole legacy program is being fused into EMP money here, ladies and gentlemen, where you're basically making a sacrifice. And as you can see, you got EMP up here at 23%, and EMP is actually an algorithmic stablecoin that is pegged to Ethereum, ladies and gentlemen, which is another way of getting your money outside of the system. Okay. And then you go and you make your sacrifices. And let's just go over here to well, let's see what's here first. And you see, I have a little bit of ownership here. I'm actually working a 2 wallet strategy on EMP Fusion. So this is my small wallet, okay? I just recently created this one. And I have another wallet where I'm doing the same thing. And I'm going to focus on building this smaller one until it gets close to where the bigger one is, and then I'll just jump back and forth and feed those simultaneously. But basically, you come over here to the dashboard, ladies and gentlemen, and you can use EMP, or you can use any of these other tokens, eShare, BNB, ETH, BUSD, USDT, or USDC, and you will be able to go in here. Now, I would suggest, not financial advice, nothing I say here is financial advice. I'm just simply showing you the opportunities that are available to you. And if you decide to jump in and try to come in here and to learn and to be involved with cryptocurrency, you must, of course, as a mature adult, take responsibility for all of your own decisions. And so if you come in here, I would suggest that you donate EMP. Why? Because if you look at the top here, on the top right corner where you see EMP at 0.23 cents, EMP platform, when you buy EMP from PancakeSwap, it's going to give you credit or a microgrid value as if EMP was a full dollar. So basically, for every dollar you spend on EMP right now, you're going to instantly get a 67% increase for every dollar you spend, which is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. So how do you do that? You come over here and let's just go into PancakeSwap, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to show you how to do this. All right, very quickly. You come over here to PancakeSwap on the BNB chain, but it also has other chains available, as you can see for yourself. But we're not concerned with those other chains right now. We're going to stay here on the BNB chain. And we're going to go to the swapper, ladies and gentlemen. And you see trade and buy. You come over here to buy. That's buying crypto. That's where you're actually using fiat. And let's go over here to trade and go to the swapper. That's where you're swapping one crypto for another. So if you have BNB in your wallet, you're going to come over here and you're going to go and you're going to type in EMP. All right. And there is the actual EMP right there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you want to be extra, extra, extra safe, you can go to CoinGecko and grab the contract address and paste it in here, and it will give you the appropriate token if you want to be super extra safe. Okay. Then you come over here, you put in however much BNB you want to spend. Let's say I was wanting to spend 25% of what I have, right? I can go down here and I can swap. I'm just going to show you guys how to do this very quickly for those of you that are less experienced. All right. But if you keep at it, I promise you, one day you will be a DeFi crypto master just like me. And as great as I am, there are people even greater than I. And I'll share that with you on the next video because I have some people that I'm learning from, and these guys are next level. So now we've got that little bit. You can see right here, balance 12.77 EMP. Great. We go back to the EMP website, ladies and gentlemen. And where it says sacrifice right here, let us refresh real quick so that the computer can catch up with itself. Okay. Now that we've refreshed, you can see down here where it says sacrifice. You can see it says deposit here, and you can see the balance 12.77, just like we just got from PancakeSwap. We click max right here, and we scroll down, and we can deposit. But wait, what if there was another way where we can get the EMP even cheaper? Wouldn't that be awesome? Let's research that very quickly. If we go to the marketplace where you buy your batteries, which is pretty much, how you're going to start taking profit. I already bought one. I didn't buy a battery. I bought a battery here. It says already purchased, but I did not activate the battery because I want whatever I earn per day. I want it to auto compound for a while until I get it, get it up, to a larger, microgrid value. But if we go over here to the microgrid, because one day very soon EMP will no longer be available to be bought on PancakeSwap because it's all going to come into here, ladies and gentlemen, which means at that point, we are only going to be able to buy SAC points from each other, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, order ID number 6 right here, this guy is selling 1 SAC point for 2 BNB, which is $1,148. Now you see that guy right there is trying to catch somebody who is doesn't know what they're doing or is simply extremely stupid, because 1 SAC point is equal to 1 EMP. So this person, whoever wanted to buy this, is actually going to spend $1,148.23 for 1 EMP, which is only 23 cents. So you see, this person here is trying to catch you on looker. All right, he's trying to, be deceptive. So if you don't know what you're doing, that's what happened, because those who know have always taken advantage of those who do not know. So over here, we got another guy. He's selling his SAC points for 57 cents, 40 cents. And you just scroll through here and you find something that actually makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's see what actually makes sense here. We've got 17 cents over here. Now that makes sense because 17 is lower than 23 cents. All right. So 17 cents per SAC point. That is a good deal. We got this guy over here selling for $5.74. Another guy trying to play you out. All right. 52 cents, $1.44. We got one for 23 cents over there. That's not a deal because we can get that ourselves. Now we got one down here that's selling for 11 cents. Now that's a really good deal. All right. 13 cents. That's a good deal. 10 cents. And we got one down here, way down here, for 8 cents, ladies and gentlemen. So let's do that. All right. So we're going to go back here to PancakeSwap. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to swap out my EMP for BNB. And I'm going to put it right back where it came from, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know if it did it. Did it do it? Okay, there we go. Boom, boom. There we go. And we're going to put that EMP right back where we got it from, ladies and gentlemen. And let's just refresh the page, and it should go to 0. All right. It didn't seem to go to 0, ladies and gentlemen. That means it's still there. So let's try that again. Swap, swap, sign, confirm. That was the approval. And let's see what's going on here. And this little window always slides right in front of the button where I'm trying to get. All right. Now we jumped over here. Just bear with me for a second, guys. We'll get out of there and we'll go right back. And we'll go here. And we're going to let it catch up to itself. All right. On 1 second here. And that's the only one we need to sign right there. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to cancel this second one because it's not necessary. And this over here actually jumped to the wrong wallet, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. So let's go back to this wallet here where it belongs. And yes, we have 0. All right. So now let's go back here and let's find that deal that we were just looking at, which is at the bottom of the page here. And we've got 8 cents here. So we're going to buy that. We're going to buy these SAC points at 8 cents, ladies and gentlemen. So we come here and let's see what we're working with here. If we go max, we got 4,000 there. And let's take a look in our wallet to see what we're actually working with. We got $2.76 there, which is 0.0428. So we're going to go in here and we're going to go at 0.002. What is that? 0.0048. So 0.0, we're going to do half of that. 0.0028, ladies and gentlemen. And then we're going to go and we're going to buy these SAC points. And we're just going to spend, I'm just giving you guys a small example here. And see, successfully bought there. So instead of spending 23 cents on EMP, we actually got it, or the result of it, for 8 cents, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what's going on here. So now, if we go back to the dashboard and we refresh our screen, we'll see right here we have the microgrid value right here, ladies and gentlemen. So there you have it. So we just bought, a dollar's worth or whatever, but we got it for 8 cents, ladies and gentlemen, as opposed to 23 cents. All right. So we got a little bump there. And that's one thing that you can do. Instead of buying EMP from Pancake Swap right now, which is still a great deal, you can actually buy it in the microgrid in order to get an even better deal. So that's all we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to keep you. We have a lot of stuff to go through with Corium and XRP and Flare networks, and the list goes on, ladies and gentlemen, because we never stop clocking, we never stop rocking on this cryptocurrency adventure. For the first time ever, we finally beat the banks. We finally beat the VCs, the venture capitalists. We finally beat the government and all to the punch, because we are the ones in the driver's seat now, ladies and gentlemen. And as their ship is on fire and it is sinking while being on fire, we are the ones that have the lifeboat into complete financial independence, ladies and gentlemen. So we will always continue to get our wealth outside of the system so that we can live free and be the captains of our own ship with complete financial independence. So, as you guys already know, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to continue to get this crypto.